Okay. So, if we get rid of the Electoral College, what would that mean for Republicans in presidential elections? That is the only way they win. Our country is a progressive country. The reason it doesn't look like one all the time is because on the media, only things that are portrayed are the negative, number one. Number two, our politicians rig our system, gerrymandering and the such. So the people who are not progressive are always the people making the laws. The citizenry is progressive. By and large, 78% of us are forward thinkers. 22% of us are wondering why the other 78% of us are facing the other way. And then they spit in the wind and some of them find out. Wind at your back, you go further. Wind in your face, you can't see. So, for presidential elections, what does the ending of the Electoral College mean for Republicans? It is the only way they seem to win. Hillary Clinton, our first female president, elected by the people of America, of the United States. When her name is spoke of in history, that should be something that's in there. Is that the people of the United States elected her, and she did not win. Set the women's right to move it 1,000 feet back, losing a job to an unqualified man. Yet again. Eight of Pentacles. So we're dealing with work right now. I am asking, what does the ending of the Electoral College mean for Republicans in presidential elections? Two of Wands. Brand new action. Waiting on something to materialize. Have to try harder to be deceitful. Page of Cups. Here's the problem. And this remains a problem, and it will remain a problem until, well, I can't say that either because they raise children. It will remain a problem as long as the earth remains, I truly believe. Our educational system in this country fails a lot of us. And not being book smart. That's not what I was a horrible student. I'm not saying that. But deductive reasoning. Even if you don't know what it means, you should know how to use it. When something looks wrong, not feels wrong, when it looks wrong, like a Donald Trump, it should feel wrong too. And then you can take apart the case and see whether or not it's actually wrong. That's the deductive reasoning part. The deductive reasoning would say, okay, there's smoke coming out of that building. Doesn't necessarily mean something's on fire. They could be grilling, some sort of smokehouse in the back or something. So you get closer. It smells like something's burning. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's on fire. They could be cooking, right? So you get even closer. You hear a smoke detector going off. You see, some flashes of red and orange and yellow. So something is on fire. So if there's smoke and fire, that means the fire might be out of control. This is deductive reasoning. You take apart the case until you come to the conclusion that you shouldn't take your ignorant behind in there because it's on fire. When you look at somebody like a Donald Trump and he says that I'm going to build a wall and force another country to pay for it, deductive reasoning would state, how are you going to force Mexico to pay for anything we want? If you got some money out of them, why not use that to fund your healthcare system? Why use it to build a wall that people can just fly over? Deductive reasoning. So, the Electoral College ending just means that their constituents are going to have to grow in numbers. This is the Page of Cups, is their interest, their emotional attachment. Because they can't win on votes alone. They need more people to jump on that bandwagon. They need more people to quiet their deductive reasoning skills, to dampen their logic. They need more people to do that. They need more people. This is a card of feeling as well, because it's a cup card. Cups are emotion. They need more people to act on emotion and not logic. That's what they need. The Two of Wands is that waiting on something else to materialize. Whether it's cheating, rigging voting machines, or whatever, but they need something else because they cannot win on votes alone. Their ideas are antiquated, and as a majority in this country, we have rejected their ideas. That is evidenced by 2 terms of Obama. That is evidenced by Hillary winning the popular vote. That is evidenced by Bush. That is evidenced by Clinton. From Bill Clinton to here, we have had nothing but Democratic presidents. Bush lost. Trump lost. McCain lost. Romney lost. So the popular vote is us voting. The Electoral College is a completely different thing. They need something else. The Lovers. Yes, just like I just said. They need their constituents to grow in numbers. They need their constituents to dull their deductive reasoning skill. We need you to react on feeling. I saw a Facebook post that, like this person that I follow or that I'm friends with on Facebook, I know for a fact they aren't racist. I know that. But ignorance is a completely different thing from racism. So they posted, look how many Muslims, no, this was a shared post, so they got it from somebody else. Look how many Muslims are in office in this country. It's maddening or saddening or something like that with 2 D's in it. And a part of me said, don't do it, but I did it anyway. I clicked down in the comments to read the comments. Nothing but white people just going off about all these Muslims in office. At no point did any of these people say anything about Donald Trump being a disgusting, horrid, crime-ridden person. Said nothing about, oh, look, you have all these Muslims in office, but how many of us are supporting kidnapping people's children? None of that. So we're going to stay on topic. They went down and said that, oh, all these people served, mind you, not in the White House, office, period. There are 50 states. There were 3 pages of people who were in office somewhere. Out of 50 states, there are a whole bunch of everything in office. Every state has a local election. Every county, of course, there are going to be some Muslims somewhere who are going to run for office and get elected. 50 states and all these localities, and you don't think any of them are going to get elected? You didn't say nothing about all the white faces in there, all the black faces, all the Mexican faces, and all these other kind of faces. And you said the Muslim faces. Muslim is not a race, first of all. But Muslims in the White House, or Muslims in office, this is what they need. They need those people to grow in numbers. They said, oh, I thought Texas would be smarter than that. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's all about dampening their reasoning skill. They said that the Muslims are going to take over and that they're all terrorists. They said that the Muslim, now 2 people out of the hundreds of comments, 2 people, one person said, really guys, this is what you're concerned about? And then of course she got a whole bunch of comments of stupid people saying, yes, this is what we are concerned about. And the other person said, yes, they're people just like you. Out of all those people, 2 people. And it baffles me that there are people who think so backwards. Like, I can't completely wrap my mind around how you can think so antiquated. But they need that. If the Electoral College is to go away, they need more people to just follow, not think. Your ideals have to align. That's what the Lover's card is. We need you to be in alignment with us. That's all they want. They don't really want you to come in and think. They just want you to react to everything they say. The 4 of Swords. Again, with the waiting. There's even a clock in this one. We had the waiting with the 2 of Wands. You're waiting for something to materialize. You're waiting. If the Electoral College ends, this basically tells me they have no plan to win. Generation XO and the millennials are not voting for them in the numbers that they need to. Millennials, I think they said, are the largest voting bloc in America. I am in favor of lowering the voting age to 16. Get them involved now. Why not? You can give them an ID to drive or a permit to drive. Let them vote. Death card. Changes everything. So when you have the people that are in line with you, that card will set in and it will change everything. But not for your good. They still don't have the numbers you need. Your fear, the devil. Destructive patterns. Patterns of behavior that do not benefit you. This is not the voting numbers. This is you and your ideals. The reason you cannot win is because you think backwards. You think antiquated. Nobody is going back to your old way of doing things. You are your own worst enemy, Republicans. This is why you couldn't beat Barack Obama in his second term when you said, oh, he is so unpopular now. No, he wasn't. You start with a lie. You won't even acknowledge the truth that people loved him. Start there. Find you somebody that they like. You tried that with Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney got close. He was okay. There were some Democrats who could see themselves voting for Mitt Romney, but they still don't have the numbers. McCain was a lost cause because he ran with a ventriloquist puppet named Sarah Palin. So then there's the emperor. This is your hopes. That the authority, that the gerrymandering, that the things that you have done when you were in power will carry you through in elections. Because mind you, being the president is one thing. Having a House and a Senate that is also on your side is another. We've seen this with Barack Obama. In the environment, the Knight of Cups, the idealistic people, the romanticizing. In the background, the Four of Cups, the offers. Your word of warning, the Sun. Listen, Linda. Just because they're on your side. You do not have the numbers. And you cannot fool the rest of the world. This is a card of illumination. Everything that you truly are about still comes out in the light. It comes out in the rents. Your word of warning is beware of the illumination, because all of the garbage that you stand on that you're trying to hide under the rug is going to come out. Your word of solace is the world. You still have a place in it. Because local elections are harder to win because people are not as focused on local elections as they are presidential election, because presidential elections get more media attention. In the end, the King of Pentacles, the man of means, is your outcome. Donald Trump could possibly be y'all's last president if the Electoral College were to go away. Your last Republican president. I would be all right with that. They say it every time they lose an election. We need to be more inclusive. We need to do this. We need to, yeah, and you never do. So here's what you should do. Just go away completely.